band Rancid's 1995 album, And Out Come the Wolves, has inspired a new indie film called And Out Comes the Wolf, set to hit theaters soon. Let's break it down. I'm Dan Frampton, this is Punk News Now. Likes and subs, let's go. This album right here, And Out Come the Wolves by Rancid, might be the most important album in my personal life. Without this thing here, I might not have jumped 2 feet into the punk rock pool. I might not have dedicated my entire life to punk rock and DIY had it not been for this record. If it wasn't for this album, I'd have been listening to Blink-182 and the Beastie Boys forever. Not that there's anything wrong with that, I still like those bands. But this album here opened my eyes to show me the broader punk rock world that was out there. I started playing drums, I started joining bands, I started playing shows because of this little thing right here, And Out Come the Wolves. And here we are, 30 years later, and a whole indie film is being made, not really based on this record, not really based on the band, but kind of based around the time and place of the East Bay scene in which this record was made. And indie films are made every day, who really cares about any of this? But it does have such close ties to me personally, it has such close ties to this channel professionally, and the band Scowl is in it, and a huge actor named Giancarlo Esposito is also gonna be in this film. So all of those reasons are reason enough to cover this film in today's video. But the reason why I am covering it right now is because a theatrical trailer was just released, and we're gonna go through all the material released for this film so far. Because when I heard about this film at first, I was like, okay, I don't really have a lot of faith in this thing. But the more stuff came out, the more I saw people were involved with this, the more hope I ended up having. And now, as I sit here today, I'm actually stoked for this film. I'm thrilled to the gills, and I want to share that excitement with you and hopefully impart some of that hype. This was the first post I saw in regard to this film. At first, my interest was piqued, but I wasn't at all hopeful yet. The reason why I saw this post is because it was a collab post between Rancid, the official band behind the inspiration of this film, and the makers of this film. Rancid went on to say in this post, while in Nashville on our last Rancid tour, we got a visit from the Nice brothers and Danny Paykoff. They were eager to share a script they wrote entitled And Out Come the Wolves. They had to change the name for a couple reasons. One reason is it is the exact same name as the album, but I think the second most major reason is the 2004 thriller that came out called Out Come the Wolves, which came out to terrible reviews. 4.7 out of 10 on IMDb, 64% on Rotten Tomatoes. This film was not enjoyed. I'm not going to continue reading this post that I first saw, but the fact that now Rancid is kind of unofficially endorsing this film makes me kind of interested. And then through the rest of these posts here on their Instagram, I'm feeling like the aesthetic is actually kind of there. That 1995, 924 Gilman aesthetic feels like it's being met and matched in these photographs over here. So it feels like maybe this might be in the right hands. But the thing that makes me question this highly is the world of punk rock music is not that of money. It's not that of fanciness. However, films are very much that. Hollywood and the film world couldn't be farther away from the punk rock world. So I'm feeling like there might be a disconnect there, but through these pictures here, maybe the space between that disconnect might be narrowing a little bit. We got this neon sign of a skull man skanking, and a couple Hollywood Reporter articles being shared here on the timeline. East Bay punk music drama And Out Come the Wolves, inspired by Rancid album, finds cast. That's awesome. Then it looks like Giancarlo Esposito was added to the film, along with all these other names who, to be honest, I'm not really a film guy, I don't really know, but Giancarlo Esposito, I definitely know. It's Danny Paykoff's directorial debut, and the only things he worked on before this was Kenobi, a Star Wars fan film, and this Horizon thing. But Giancarlo Esposito's roll credits kind of goes on forever, and it's awesome they got him in this Rancid movie. I'm pretty hyped, not gonna lie. And all these pictures started to come out, like, okay, I'm ready. You got the DP over here, the director of photography. These images look pretty nice. Okay, very cinematic. Then I saw that Scowl hit the set to perform a set of their own to be in this film. So now, Rancid's on board. That's sick. Giancarlo Esposito is on board. That's sick. And then I hear Scowl is involved. Hell yeah, I'm 100% on board right now. This image of a punk rocker wearing an Out Come the Wolves leather jacket in front of a film festival, man, this picture goes hard as hell. And then less than a week ago, the boys in Rancid stopped by the set Again, you got Tim flipping off the double birds there. I love to see it. Very bad boy stuff. Then you got the drummer Brandon over here in the middle. Pretty awesome stuff, dude. I'm pretty fucking hyped. But then, out of nowhere, yesterday I'm just sitting, I'm just chilling. I made the videos for the day, you know. I am done work. The tie is loosened, and I'm just poking and prodding around twitter.com, and I see this post over here. It's by Jason Edge. It shows an image of Kat performing in character in that movie with the Liberty Spike, but the tweet reads, Rancid-based punk film And Out Come the Wolf now has an official trailer out on the website featuring Scout. Oh, official trailer, you say? Well, we're gonna be doing a little bit of a reaction. But because this is a film trailer, there probably will be a lot of licensed content here. I might have to cut around it a little bit to avoid copyright. So let's watch this trailer and find out what this movie is gonna be all about. Because it doesn't look like it's gonna be a Rancid biopic. It's kind of subverting that whole thing and going in a whole different direction, in a very dramatic, violent direction it looks like. So let's give this a watch. And Out Come the Wolf theatrical trailer. Roll it!
Welcome to my shithole town. Cast coming together as one, and that's what it's about.
My dad used to say that God uses bad people to do good things.
Oh, Giancarlo Esposito is bringing his acting chops. Okay, I'm hyped. I am so fucking hyped. We got this voiceover of this punk rocker kind of walking through a venue that kind of looks like 924 Gilman, being like, this is my life. I'm here in the punk rock world. Giancarlo Esposito is gonna do some exposition over here. Hell yeah, bro.
The fate of this city lies in your hands.
Money in a bag being dropped at the feet? Okay, alright, we got some drama, we got some intrigue. It looks like there's stakes involved over here. Cool, cool.
What the fuck was that, dude? I mean, shit. This is wild. Yeah. Let's do it. Yes, sir.
Okay, that's awesome. That's fucking so sick, bro.
This is what opportunity looks like when it hits you in the face.
Alright, so I can't totally tell what the plot is, but it looks like Giancarlo Esposito has given these people money to do a job, to do a thing, and they're out there doing the thing. I'm not sure exactly what the thing is. They're mooning people, they're beating people up, they're being general miscreants and ne'er-do-wells, and it's listed as a coming-of-rage film. I tell ya, I could do with a coming-of-age punk rock film. 100%.
Yo, man, let's get the fuck out of here.
That's my boy.
It's an insane mission, is what it is.
Gross, dude. Okay. I wasn't expecting to see a splatter like that, but it looks like we're gonna go all the way there. Parental advisory, explicit content. Uh-oh.
Ruby, like dead.
It looks like they got themselves into a lot of shit over here.
Don't fuck me.
Oh my god. Giancarlo Esposito laying it down on the line. You can already tell there's gonna be so much drama, suspense, and stakes in this movie. Getting the Rancid going during this montage over here. Yeah, this brings the excitement. This film feels like it's gonna be dangerous and raw and unafraid to go there, you know?
Oh, shit. I got a jet.
Okay, yeah, alright, yeah. I wasn't expecting this movie to be this kind of movie. I wasn't expecting it to be like a crime type thing where there was lives on the line. You know, I was expecting just a coming of age punk rock movie. Oh hey, I'm a guy who goes to 924 Gilman. This is my girlfriend. We're just turning 21 years old. Isn't that cute? Kind of thing. No, it seems like this thing is gonna be dramatic as frick. So this is in no way a biopic. It looks like Rancid is not involved in any way other than in spirit. It doesn't feel corny, phoned in, or like a pathetic cash grab on nostalgia. This feels absolutely legitimate. So even though I'm obviously hyped over here, I'm gonna remain a little bit skeptical. because this is still a film after all, and it's going to try to accomplish all the things that films try to accomplish, which is normally the antithesis of everything I try to accomplish. Not really the biggest fan of Hollywood or any of the players within it, but I do like entertainment, and I can't say I don't like film. I like film. I just hate all the Hollywood messiness that comes along with that world. But I could look the other way based on everything that I've seen and this record that I'm holding in my hand right now. Hell yeah, I'm gonna watch this thing. Rancid, one of my favorite bands of all time. Scowl, one of my favorite bands going today. Giancarlo Esposito, my god, the acting chops on that guy. This thing is gonna be, I hate to use the word, because it literally is going to be cinema. You know, in today's day and age, calling things cinema is reserved for things that aren't really theatrical releases, not actually cinema, like calling a video game clip cinema or calling a wrestling match cinema. This is actually cinema. And coming to theaters? Are you serious? I wasn't expecting this thing to go into theaters. Now, I'm not expecting this to be a coast-to-coast, nationwide theatrical release. That would be pretty crazy though, and having Giancarlo Esposito in it might actually get it there. But this independent film is probably gonna be in independent movie theaters selectively throughout the United States of America. But if I see this playing near me anywhere, I'm gonna go see it, and I'll review it for the channel. But I think that's gonna be the end of today's video. You see these names over here? Those are members. They hit the subscribe plus button down below. YouTube keeps changing it. It used to be a join button. Now I think it says subscribe plus. Either way, whatever button it says down there, hit that, join the channel, and watch some exclusive content. Okay, goodbye, see you later, and have a good one.